Support for Education, Join the Conversation is provided in part by ENA, provider of high-speed broadband connectivity and communication solutions to Vermont schools, and proud to support the Vermont Agency of Education in improving the learning opportunities for Vermont students.
Welcome to the Dothan Brook Elementary School in Hartford, Vermont. We're here today to look at how a school community works together to create a safe and healthy environment for its children. We know from research on the brain and on child development that unless children feel safe, they aren't able to learn. This is a school that has worked very hard over the last 6 years to figure out how to identify the behaviors that their children need to learn in order to be successful in the classroom. They teach those behaviors and they work together to make sure that those behaviors are reinforced and supported. That's what makes this a great school climate and culture for children to learn.
Well, I was originally brought in to the PBIS model through a different school, and we were starting at the beginning at the universal level. And to be quite honest, I was very much a skeptic at first. I had heard about the token economies that people have talked about, and wondered about kind of the long-lasting impact that would have on a school environment. And and as I learned more and more about the PBIS program, it became less about that part and more about kind of a shift in mentality by the staff from thinking about kids who might be defined by their behaviors to thinking about behavior more as a symptom of something that's going on.
This is my 19th year at Dothan Brook, so I've seen a huge evolution. When I came, there was not a lot of understanding on the part of teaching staff about issues that affect children, depression, anxiety, home issues. That it was really considered as a separate sort of thing. Really hadn't been part of their training. How do you think she's feeling? How's she feeling, Sky?
I'm sad.
Sad. How else is she feeling? She has nobody to play with. Over the years, it has been wonderful to have teachers come to see that if you help support kids' social, emotional, behavioral growth and development of skill, then it will work better in the classroom.
We believe that every kid can succeed. There are no bad kids. There are no troublemakers. We just need to figure it out. And I think we take that responsibility on. There's a large percentage of our kids who are in kindergarten who struggle, who by the time they're in third and fourth grade, second grade, they're doing incredible. They're in the classrooms without support. They're accessing their education. And I think that feels good to teachers. And once you see that success, it gives you a little bit more spring in your step. And, you feel a little bit more hopeful about your job and what we do.
Good. Excellent. So you've got all three answers. You're going to get your Northeast Highlands puzzle piece. What we try to teach here at our school is being caring, safe, and responsible. And so the idea that we can allow our children to be responsible enough to have some ownership of their learning is a really big deal. And even the activity here, that they're going through the school, they know the hallway expectations, they know what they're expected to do in the classrooms. They're all through the hallways being very responsible, knowing the expectations, and that's really through a lot of training of being caring, safe, and responsible.
I have to say, when I walk around your building, and I've been coming into your school for about 5 years now, one of the things I notice is that when students hold doors open and they say hello, they say thank you, they say please, and no one tells them to do that. Why are the kids here so polite?
Well, they like to work for things, and if they work for things, they get special treats or something.
Do you feel that after a while, do you think that kids know that doing those kind things and filling those buckets of kindness that you talk about, does that make it feel better for you too? Do people see that?
Because if there's a lot of kindness going on, I feel more comfortable around here.
We use OtterBucks to mark expected behaviors.
Thank you very much. I could see your hands were quiet and your feet were calm and you were looking right at me. Thanks for being a whole body listener.
It's that specific praise that makes the difference. We're teaching kids the behavior. They know when they get their OtterBuck, let's listen, let's learn from that, and then grow from there. The Golden Pause came about, to recognize kids that were doing expected behavior over and over again.
Have you gotten a golden paw?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Tell me about what it was for.
One of them was, there was a kid out on the playground and he was lonely, so me and my friends invited him to come play with us, so he would have something to do. And now he plays with us every day, so.
So you made a new friend too.
Yeah.
The other big shift that we made last year is starting to use the Second Step program. 8:15 on Tuesday mornings, everybody in the school goes into a classroom and we do our Second Step curriculum.
Second Step is where we learn about caring for each other and how to do nice things and stuff, and how to calm ourselves down, like using self-talk. Like if you're really angry, then self-talk is like talking to yourself, only like not out loud, like kind of like in your head to yourself.
I teach the communication piece of behavior. It's not just the speech and the language, the words we choose. It's how we communicate with each other across the board, both with our words and with our bodies, with our faces, with our eyes. And it's so rewarding to work here where we know we need to teach the child the skills, and skills start with perception. So if the child is not perceiving those expectations, we can teach them explicitly, the same way we would teach math rules explicitly. We teach explicitly, the child gets practice, and often we see success only because we're all teaching it. We're all using the same language, and it's throughout the school day, and there's a connection to home. We are seeing a lot of success, and it's very rewarding.
I agree, because 10 plus 7 equals 17, minus 1 is 16.
So what we see in an exemplar school, like Dothan Brook, and they're an exemplar school because when they effectively put these positive behavior supports in place, there was a clear impact on academic learning. And so when we create a more positive school climate, first of all, kids are happier, staff are happier, people communicate with each other in a more positive way. Kids then become more available for learning.
Our ultimate goal at a school is we want their academic outcomes to be strong and for them to progress in reading and writing, math, science, social studies. The challenge is a lot of kids come in with roadblocks to that. And the PBIS model, helps us to think about that, think beyond just the academics.
There's a huge impact on their behavior from focusing on how to be successful, how to be friendly and respect others and listen, and then they feel better.
It's taken some front-loaded time, but now we're really seeing that our kids are available to learn. When they're in the classroom, they're able to access their education. And that's a huge thing.
Support for Education, Join the Conversation is provided in part by ENA, provider of high-speed broadband connectivity and communication solutions to Vermont schools, and proud to support the Vermont Agency of Education in improving the learning opportunities for Vermont students.